Welcome to the Mamaprenuer podcast. My name is Robbin, and I am your hostess with the mostest. Thank you guys for rocking with us for show number 18, guys. Show number 18. I am so excited about tonight's show. I like to call tonight's show the Survivor episode because that's what it's about, being a survivor. And we'll go into more details in just a little bit and about our fabulous guest tonight. And can't wait for you guys to hear about her and her journey. All right. So this is an interactive podcast. If this is your first time watching, or if you've watched before, you know the drill. You're going to share tonight's live. I always give out something. So right now, share tonight's live. If you're on the Facebook live broadcast, share the live and type hashtag Mamapreneur in the comments. That's if you're watching the replay or if you're watching the live broadcast. Share it right now and then type hashtag Mamapreneur, and I will do a drawing after tonight's live broadcast, okay? Again, thank you guys for joining us. For those who don't know me, my name is Robbin. I am a hairstylist. I'm a mama. I work in corporate, have other businesses. We do it all. I've been called a Jamaican from time to time. You know, it is what it is. You know, I'll take that as a compliment because that means I have great work ethic skills. How about that? But I love this podcast, and this podcast came about because of our fearless leader of the Power Team platform. Her name is Kesha, and she gave me a chance, and I decided to shed light on others and their businesses and also educate others about business. You know, you can never stop learning. Never stop learning. No matter if you're just getting in the game as an entrepreneur or if you've been in it a while. So thank you, Kesha. I always show her love every episode for, again, giving me a chance. Coming up on a year this April. I mean, again, never in a million years, I think I'd be doing a podcast, and I'm doing one. Okay. So also, we like to interact on this podcast. So if you hear something Nikita is saying, or if I'm saying, and you feeling it, or if you have a questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts, my old manager used to say that, put it in the comments. We would love to hear what you guys have to say in regards to what we are talking about. You know, we are fabulous and all, and we can talk the whole hour, but guess what? We want to hear from you guys too. So this is all about engagement and interacting. Also, this podcast is about networking. So if you're an entrepreneur in the audience, tag your business in the comments, whether it's your website, your Facebook site, your TikTok, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever. Type that in the comments. We'd love to interact and network. Okay. And you never know what your business may help someone else. So what else? Make sure you're following Power on all platforms. My ongoing joke about this podcast and the other podcasts that the Power Team has is it's going to be in space in a minute because it's played everywhere. You see us on Facebook and YouTube live. You see it, or hear us on Anchor and Spotify and Twitch and Twitter. And again, we need to be on Apple next, Kesha. I hope you know, just putting that out there. Apple podcast somewhere. Hint. Anyway, so before I go into introducing our guest, I did today's show because I called it the Survivor episode for a reason. This Sunday, we are coming up on the 5-year anniversary of my diagnosis of lymphoma. And so I call it a cancerversary. And so I celebrate every year. I make a big deal, big fuss. And if you are if you're either dealing with it right now, or if you're a survivor, that 5-year mark, doctors always talk about that 5-year mark. And so I'm coming up on it on Sunday. I am grateful and full of joy, and I'll give more of my spiel about me in a little bit. But tonight is all about the fabulous Nikita Ferguson Morris. A little bit about her. Um, we go all the way back to middle school. That should tell you something. Middle school, high school was in the same program in high school. We graduated a year apart, but in the same. They're called clusters at our high school, and so it was in the same cluster. And hadn't seen her, been around her in years. And when I saw her story, I was very moved, and to see that she has this nonprofit. And I just knew I had to bring her on. This was the perfect time to bring her on. So, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, peoples and people, Nikita Ferguson Morris.
Hello. Thank you, ladies, both for allowing me on your platform today. And I pray that something that I say or share helps somebody, because that's the reason I started Kindred Angels. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So, before we go into Kindred Angels, let's talk about your journey. Tell me about when you found out about your diagnosis.
Well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna be a weeping wonder. Look, tears are already forming because cancer and my journey is very sentimental and very important. Not only my journey, but others as well. But in April 2016 is when I found a lump in my right breast. I've always been one to do the self exams because my grandmother passed away from breast cancer. I was a teenager at the time. So just seeing her go through what she had gone through, I've always kind of kept up with the self exams. But I found the lump not doing a self exam. I had actually just laid across the bed in a casual lay across because I'm about to watch television and noticed the lump. Um, for a week or so, I kind of every day, thinking it'll go away. And when it didn't, that's when I had to share with my family and I started going to the doctors. Although April is when I started going to the doctor, it was not until July that I was diagnosed. I went from doctor to doctor, ultrasound to 3D to 4D ultrasounds, and doctors were telling me that it was in my mind. I had a tech at an ultrasound clinic say, "Ma'am, I see it, but the doctor says it's nothing." But I just kept going. I knew that something wasn't right. I didn't know it was cancer, but I just knew something wasn't right because it did feel like it continued to grow. Um, I was lucky enough to be sent to breast specialist in Hurst, and they scheduled me for the last appointment for that day because, again, they're getting doctor reports saying that it's nothing. It's all in my mind. So they scheduled me for the last appointment that day at 4:30. It was a Thursday evening. The doctor immediately said, "I need a biopsy right now." Luckily, my doctor was a surgeon. She was able to change jackets and do my biopsy right then. I was not privy to any medication to sedate me or anything. I had to get a biopsy full strong right then. She did the biopsy about 4:30, 4:45. Her nurse said, "I'm going to call in a favor at the hospital so you'll know your results tomorrow." I
Okay,
was at
I love that.
I was at work though, doing interviews. When
Mm-hmm.
I missed my doctor's call and she said, "I'm not working today, but here's my home phone number." And when a doctor that you just met yesterday gives you a home phone number, to me, that was, letting me know right then. I did give her a call and she said, "It's Friday. Don't worry. I'll see you Monday." I'm like, "Monday?" I may die by Monday. And she said, "We have a plan. You're going to be fine." And that's when my journey began. So from April to July, just doctor to doctor, being told that it was all in my mind, and eventually being diagnosed in July 2016. I had stage 3 aggressive. I had positive cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Before getting cancer, I didn't know there were a positive or a negative, but I did,
Yeah.
which I immediately started chemo. Within 2 weeks, I was already beginning chemo. I had 6 months of chemo every 3 weeks for 8 hours. I'd have to be at the hospital at 8 a.m. and I'd finish at 5. And
That's a
then
job.
it
Jesus.
was, it
So
was.
now,
And,
girl, you
and
should have got paid for that.
I wish, but I can only thank, my doctors. I do believing in them, and trusting that God was in control and the team of doctors that he had led me to were in control. I had to go with it and I trusted in them. And my only thing was take me fast. I didn't want all of the, you can go home and research and inquire and
No, we
think
ain't got
about
time
it.
for that.
I didn't have time for that. Because, like
No.
I said, it was a stage 3 by the time they found it, and it was aggressive. I
Okay.
ended up doing a double mastectomy, and a deep flap, in December of 2016. And then I resumed with chemo after my surgery. And in September 15th, 2017, I went into remission. So this year will be my 5-year cancerversary as well in September 15th,
That was when you finished.
when I finished chemo.
You finished.
When I got the bell.
I finished probably a few weeks prior. So like August 28th, 29th is when I
Okay.
finished. I just count mine as the date that I was told. I just count that one because I'm like, that's when it started. Hey,
Yes.
combine it. Why not? So, wow. So talk about, because a lot of people don't talk about this when they're when they're in it. Talk about the emotional piece of it while you're going through the process. That's going to chemo. That's radiate. Did you do radiation?
No, thank God I did not have to do radiation. I'm sorry, people are saying, "What's the link? What's the link?"
That's okay.
No, ma'am, I did not have to do chemo. I mean, radiation. I'm sorry, because I had positive cancer. So they had a lot of new FDA approved medications that had come out. So I was privy to those things. And so I didn't have to do radiation. I just took these. I don't want to use the word experimental because they weren't experimental by the time I was approved to take them.
Okay.
But because of those medications, um, I was able to not have to do radiation and just did the chemo.
Okay. Awesome. One thing you touched on, um, they talk about it always. They always talk about it in October, but they don't talk about it year round. Is that self exam,
Yes,
guys? Hey, guys, girls, we gotta make sure we are doing self exams because you know what? Men can get breast cancer too.
they can.
And when I found out, I heard years ago about the guy that plays Shaft, Richard Roundtree. When I found out he had it at one point, I said, men can get breast cancer. You learn something new every day. And I know folks that have dealt with it and they've had it, in different areas and then, didn't think nothing of it. And they kind of had the same mindset as you, like, okay, well,
Oh wow.
maybe it'll go away. And, it didn't. Um, wow, girl. You ain't gonna have me crying today. Tell you what, I ain't spent time on this good makeup. You ain't about to have me crying. Nah, just playing. So, so talk about kindred angels. Kind of like when you decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to go out there and be a blessing to others. Um, when did that kind of all start?
Well, my daughter was 10 when I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now she's 16, thank God. And the first thing she asked me was, "Mom, are you going to die?"
Yeah.
Not knowing, I mean, it was the same day being told we got her from school. And to hear my daughter ask me that, because all she knew was death. My grandmother had passed. She knew that. Um, I told her I wasn't, even though I didn't know, but I knew I had to find strength to keep going because she was watching. She was watching very closely. That day I cried. But by that next morning, I was like, God, I, you're in control. I have nothing. I can't do anything. All I can do is put everything I have into him. And that's what I've done then and I do now. So as I was going through my journey, I found peace in knowing that regardless of the outcome, God had me.
Yes, he did.
And I felt a true peace to the point where chemo, doctor's appointments, port installations, it was all like going to the grocery store. I had literally released it all to the point where God, it's all on you.
Yeah.
And with that being said, I knew if I have this inside of me, how do I share with others? And that's what made me start Kindred Angels. I knew I wanted to use the word kindred because I felt like, okay, kindred, we're together, even though we're not the same. Kindred, we have like spirits. Yeah. And my mother was like, why don't you call it Kindred Angels? And that's where Kindred Angels was born. I remember I was at chemo, had my computer working, and I was just sending out to attorneys, like, I want to start a nonprofit. I don't know what to do, but this is why I want to do it. Mm-hmm. And an attorney called me while at chemo. He was like, normally, I don't even respond to correspondence that come through the website. But I was sitting at home last night, and I read your message. And I'm going to start your nonprofit for you, pro bono, and I'll let you know what to do from then on. And I need to pull up his name. Look, Chemo Brain is very real.
Plug that person.
My memory, thank God for these phones, because without it, I wouldn't know what to do. But his name was Attorney Benjamin Stoltz with the Perlinsky Law Group in Plano. He may still be with that law group.
I'm about to look him up, right? Hold, please.
But
about to look him up. Benjamin
Stoltz, Stolz.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be
and he is he still there, Perlinsky Law Group?
I see the website. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And from that moment, like I said, I was sitting in chemo. I hadn't been healed yet. I didn't know what my journey was going to look like, but every day I promised to give God the glory, regardless to what the outcome was. And I told my daughter, I didn't want her, if I died, the next day or that day, what have you, I didn't want her to think that God hadn't showed up for us, because God had showed up for us. God was showing up, and God is. He's the only reason why I'm still here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, baby, we looking at you today. You're still breathing.
And I have given out, I guess, about 125 care packets. I support it with, my own income and donations from those who provide donations. As I was sharing with Robbin, some of the places that I've reached out to commercially, they won't donate if you speak about religion. And I've even been asked not to speak about religion, and I'm just not willing to do that, because God is the only reason why I'm here, and God is the only reason why I'm able to do what I'm doing. So because of that, I use my own finances, my husband, my kids is labor, they help me build care packets, and we do them with our own hands. They're free of charge. Anybody who has walked this journey, is walking this journey, has lost a loved one from this journey, is eligible for a care packet. All you have to do is go on the website and send me a request. Like I said, if you've lost someone, I do in memory care packets for them. But so as long as the Lord allows me, I will continue with Kindred Angels. And every time the devil tries to knock me off my plan, I'll be reached by someone that lets me know, like, your little packets, they make a difference. I've sent packets internationally. I've
Yeah.
sent packets domestically. So I do know that the love that the packets are made from, that they're touching somebody. And that's why I do what I do. My daughters even asked me, why are you happy to have cancer? And I told her I wasn't happy to have cancer. I was happy that God had selected me to use me. And I was hopeful that I was doing his work, because, to be honest, I didn't learn my purpose in life until after I got cancer.
Amen.
And
Ditto.
if I had to do it all over again to know my purpose, I would do it all over again. And that's why I say Kindred Angels is very dear to me, and I'll continue, because the support from others, the love, the just thoughts. I know, I'm Robin, I'm sure you can admit to as well. That's kind of what keeps you going. You
Yeah.
know, just to know somebody out there is thinking about you, praying for you, smiling with you, and I give the bears,
Oh,
because
get the bear.
when you're not, there we go, trying to get in the camera. Okay. When you're not able to smile, I hope that the bear can smile for you. And Build a Bear has been a great support. Build a Bear has donated me bears. They were the first company that donated me bears. I got like 200 bears in one shipment. And I'm able to still use those bears to give out to others. And like I say, I do it all for the glory of God. And I pray that I'm not the person being seen, but just see, that God is real. He is here. He listens. He walks with you. I mean, you can I tell my daughter all the time, just have a conversation with him. He'll answer you, and he'll
Yep.
answer you in
He
your way.
heard you. Every
Yeah,
word you said.
he does. He does. And it doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be exaggerated. Just be open and honest, because he already knows. So hopefully that answered your question of how Kindred Angels got started.
It does. How many years has that been? That was
I
2016?
actually started Kindred Angels 2016 while in chemo, and I started chemo in July. So about August, I started it, and I would say it was probably like January of 2017 by the time I was able to get the websites and everything and
Yeah.
all the legal stuff done. But I was working in the name of it while it was
While
coming.
getting everything going. It's
Yeah,
a process. I
yeah,
tell people, you do not have to have it all together when you get your business going. Man, if that thing started from an idea, take that idea and run with it. You ain't gotta have all 10 things. Your business plan ain't gotta be full to the T. You can go back and revise that thing as long as you have an idea in mind. So I love that aspect. And you took something while you was going through something and you flipped it.
yeah,
And so that's very commendable. I love that. And just I remember seeing you get started and I was like, okay then. So amazing, amazing. And I know we have your website. She's gonna post it here in a little bit. So if you guys, like she said, if you have a loved one um, that is going currently, going through chemo, radiation, whatever, or if someone is in remission, or like she said, in memory of, please go to the best candidate .info and request your care package. She will get you taken care of. It's some cool stuff in there. Okay, so it's a teddy bear. Do you have different? Okay, so do you have different ones for different besides the in memory of?
It's the same bear. However, men, I give care packets to men as well. And it's not only breast cancer. However, it's a lot of pink because it was birthed from breast cancer. But
Right.
men bears are camo bears, and they have a handkerchief on their bear. But they come with, I didn't bring everything, but a little knapsack just to, put things when you're going to chemo or when you're going doctor's appointments, books or anything in the bags. You get a blanket.
Need that.
You get a blanket because kind of chemo rooms were really cold. And to be honest, the things that I came up with to put in it was things that I was like, if I had this when I was in the chemo room, that would have been great. So those are the things that I tried to come up with to put in it. So some of them will have a planner in it. It just depends on where that person is in their journey. On my website, I ask for information, and that's why I'm asking for that information. So anything you want to tell me about the person, sometimes it's individuals requesting them for themselves, or sometimes people are requesting care packets for others. But like I say, some will have a planner in it so that they can keep up with appointments. Some they all have water bottles in them. They have socks in them. They have chapstick in them. What else? Oh, they have masks in them. So the more and more things that I receive, I try to add them to them. Several people on Facebook have sent me things. There was one lady, she made custom cards, so she sent me cards to write thank you notes in.
That's
So,
nice.
whatever people send me that would be beneficial, I try to include it in the packets. I have like keychains, the bracelets. I know sometimes people like, and I don't even have one on because every time I have one, I end up taking it off, giving it to somebody. But the little rubber breast cancer bracelets, but
Okay.
all like I say are similar in fashion. Look, my daughter has one, so she's gonna show hers. Um, but it just says, I am Team Nikita. We did do the race for Susan G. Komen, and that was our team name. I am Team Nikita,
All
which is
right, Team
also
Nikita.
my Facebook. I am Team Nikita 2016. But yeah, they just come random things. But like I say, they all will always include the blanket, the water bottle, the mask, the backpack, and the bear.
Okay.
But you may get, some extra things just depending on what I found new to add or what donations I've received.
Awesome. Awesome. So if someone wanted to help and donate, would they go to the website to contact you or?
Yes, ma'am, they can. And I don't mind sharing my phone number. I'll put it in the chat, which is my phone number is also on the website.
Okay.
Um, and they can make donations through the website. They can send me a message if you want to make donations. I'll provide you with the address for that.
Okay.
But anything that you think would help someone else, if you see some prayer books that you want to send, or just anything to uplift a fellow person's spirit, because with cancer, it's easy to, if you stump your toe or hit your arm, you automatically think that it's cancer. I'm still on my journey, although I'm in remission. I recently, I guess about a month ago, yeah, I had to go and have more biopsies done. I've had to have the whole Angelina Jolie surgery because of the type of cancer that I had. It was likely that it was going to come back. So I have had to have, the full hysterectomy. And like I said, a month ago, I had to go and get 3 biopsies done to ensure that cancer hadn't come back in my stomach. So thank God I was good. Everything is great.
Great. Thank you,
But
Jesus.
but cancer is an ongoing journey, and it affects, your spouse, your family, your children, yourself. Like I said, chemo brain is real. My sister often talks about when I used to do things when to them as when I was younger, and I can't remember. You know, um, I'm like, I don't remember that, but if you say it's true,
Say I did. I guess I
if
did
you said
it
I did that,
then.
um, but it is real. You find yourself at times. I still work. I worked while I was going through treatment. I would
Mhm.
work 40 hours in 4 days, and then I would go to chemo. And you find yourself sometimes just sitting, and your mind draws a blank. And I've been doing my job 18 years, but my mind will draw a blank. You know, Interviews kind of scare me because you'll be thinking of the word and it won't come out, and you feel like it's 10 minutes, but it may be 2 seconds, but your mind can like easily go blank, and you feel like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God,
You forgot, like, what was
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Yeah. So it's real, and I just, send my heart out and my prayers out to everyone, regardless of the type of cancer. It's all, a big thing that affects families and individuals. So no, like I said, it's all pink, and it was driven by breast cancer, but I send care packets to anyone and everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. What an amazing testimony, girl. I know we all got our testimonies, but yours is amazing. I'm pretty sure you got people in tears. Um, hold on. How many requests for packages do you get a month? That's the question.
It just really depends. Around the holidays, I got a lot because I was getting inquiries for care packets, and I was getting behind because there were so many. So it all depends. I think maybe the most that I've sent out in a month maybe is 8. Um, but some months I may not have any, and then months I'll get like 8 or 4 or 3. So it just depends. Um, I guess who shares and who sees. I try to post messages, but life does happen.
Yeah.
So I don't get to post as much as I, would like to. But yeah, about on I would say on average we'll say about 5.
Okay. Go ahead and tell everybody how you can be reached. You mentioned your Facebook. You have a Facebook for.
I do, but I'm not too technically savvy. Um, so on my Facebook, it says, I guess the at symbol is that the
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
at I am Team Nikita 2016. At
I
I
love it.
am Team Nikita 2016.
She said, "Is this the at button?"
Yeah, I know how to post. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
I sent a shout out to my once coworker Eric because he set all this up, and he was just like, "You just post it. You just post, and it'll do everything else." So yes, I I am Team Nikita 2016 on my website www.thebestcandidate.info, and I named it the best candidate because I felt like in my family I was the best one to get it if somebody had to get it.
Wow.
And I would, like I said, if somebody had to, why not me? And I would gladly do it again if I could save somebody else in my family. So that's how I came up with the best candidate.
Okay. Well, you guys make sure that you support Kindred Angels. If you want to donate and give her some things to kind of help with those care packages, please reach out. If you know someone, hey, please submit a request for them. Um, and then she'll be happy to assist. So I want to give a little few fun, not they ain't fun. I was about to say fun facts, Robbin. They're not fun facts, they're just real facts. How about that? About cancer. Okay. Before I go into about me, I'm gonna go into some little stats. Okay. There are over 200 types of cancer. We just gonna stop there. I did not know that until a little after I was diagnosed. It's like, what kind of, especially with the one I got diagnosed with. I'm like, what's this?
Yeah.
What is this? Where did it come from? Okay. And in regards to women with breast cancer, it says 1 in 8 women will develop an invasive breast cancer over the course of their lifetime. That means anybody can get it. I know it's necessarily not hereditary. I know folks who have it in their family where they can get tested sooner, their mammograms sooner. Um, we actually have a family member who passed away. She found out too late, and I wish they would make the mammogram age younger because she was 30. This was my sister-in-law, 30 years old when she died. And so um, insurance don't cover. And I know someone who ended up getting their mammogram in their 30s, and like the insurance didn't cover it. I'm like, that's crazy to me. The insurance didn't cover, and she had to cough up $400. You know, you know what it's for. You know the person has a, relative who's had it and they're a survivor. Why not, cover that? But we're gonna have a talk about insurance and scans here in a minute. Cause I have that right. CT scans and PET scans and insurance, approving them or not. Anyway, she mentioned a cancer that she had called. She said it was a positive. Say it again, Nikita.
I had positive cancer. It has a long name, and I
Yeah,
didn't.
we ain't got to give a long name, but
Yeah.
I get you,
But I
drill.
had positive HER2 cancer, and they thought it was genetic because I was so young, but it was not. Um, I didn't get those markers on the heredity test. So yeah, just positive HER2 cancer that just decided to pick me.
To show up. And then the other one I keep hearing about, and I'm hearing more and more about, my sorority actually did a symposium on it back in October, triple negative breast cancer. And triple negative breast cancer, based on sitting in on that symposium, Black women are more apt to get it than any other race. And how they determine that, I was like, wow, okay. Black women or women of color are at the highest risk of getting triple negative breast cancer. I mean, there's so many different forms of breast cancer. There's not a specific one. So, and then I kind of touched on it a little bit earlier about that 5-year mark. Most doctors want to continue to see patients that have dealt with chemo and radiation consistently for up to that 5-year mark, because that's for survival rates, and so that's why I am really filled with joy right now because we're hitting that 5-year mark. And we can have that same joy for Nikita, who is going to hit that 5-year mark this year as well. It's just when you get that news of remission and that you're continuously in remission, it is just, I mean, because going to those doctor's appointments, it's scary enough just, leading up to them telling you, all right, everything still looks good. See you in 6 months. See you in 3 months. Because you just never know of that reoccurrence, if that reoccurrence were to return. Okay.
And Robin, if I may say one thing quick,
Yeah.
my doctor told me one of the saddest things for her is when individuals know something is wrong, but out of fear,
Don't do
they
nothing about
don't
it.
go to the doctor. And by the time they go, it's too late and
Yeah.
she can't do anything. So I would just say, go. It's scary. Robin can attest, it is scary, but
Yeah.
you'd rather know than not know or be too afraid to go and wait so late that there's nothing that they can do, but maintain you.
Yeah. So a little bit of my story. My story is slightly different from Kita's. I was actually going to the doctor that week anyway. Physical checkup was going anyway. Well, a couple days leading up to it, I started experiencing chest pains on my right side here. And I'm like, okay. So I just took something, Tylenol or something, maybe to go away. So you can always tell when the medicine had wore off. And it happened again. And so just so happened in my doctor's appointment, I told the doctor. They asked, was I feeling any, pain or anything? And I explained what it was. And so she was like, okay, well, let's get you a chest x-ray done. And it was in the same pavilion of where the doctor's office was. Went and got the chest x-ray done. I've been going to that doctor for 10 years. Doctors never called my phone. Hour or two later, the doctor calls. Hey, we they found something. We need you to come back tomorrow to the same place. We need you to get a CT scan. I said, oh Lord, okay. Try not to freak out. I go to work. Then I go to have this CT done, which I am very emotional in the office, trying to, because I'm thinking the worst, of course. A CT scan. We've never had a CT scan ever in life, but we had one. Okay, got the CT scan over with. Guess what? 2 hours later, doctor calls. Doctor says, there's a strong chance you may have lymphoma. I'm going to refer you to oncologists, and they will reach out to you on Monday. Monday, who is now my oncologist, he calls me. He does an exam, and mine, I was stage 2, so I had lumps here and on this side of my chest. And when he walked me over to the ear, nose, and throat doctor to do an exam on me so he can do my biopsy. He did my biopsy. 2 weeks later, stage 2, Hodgkin's lymphoma. I have an oncologist. He's Colombian. He has a very thick accent. By the time I got there, I was numb. So my friend rode with me, and she was there to ask questions and take notes, which I have an exceptional memory. So I remembered everything he said. But another person who dealt with cancer said, bring someone with you to ask questions and write stuff down. Okay, I'm going to remember what he said. And so he said what he said, told me the diagnosis and the treatment plan. And I love his sense of urgency. Furthermore, a sister was going on a cruise in a few months. Let's get this ball rolling. How about that? We got things to do, people to see, places to go. If we got to do this, let's get it done. And so in less than 2 weeks, we got started. 5 months of chemo, a month of radiation. And August 28th, I rang that bell at radiation. They said ring the bell 3 times. Now, I didn't quite follow instructions. I read the little spiel, and I just, rang the bell as much as we can ring the bell. Now, during the journey, I have to give shouts out to my life group from church, my family, my friends. They actually made chemo fun. I actually, I only went to chemo once by myself. Most of the time I had a entourage, if you will. And so people would say that would sit across from us, whatever. They're like, man, we need to connect schedules. You guys make this fun. Because ain't nobody got time to be up in chemo sitting around just dull and sad and just, down on life, man. We still breathe and we're still here. We still have a purpose.
Thank God.
So, because by the time I got to my doctor, when he told me what it was, I was numb. I was ready to get it over with. I had cried for 2 weeks. And so I'm like, let's get it done. So I'm very grateful to Texas Oncology in Frisco and McKinney, who took good care of me and still is, with the checkups and stuff. So Nikita just touched on something. If you have a feeling that something is going on in your body, please go get it checked out. It's probably something happening. You better listen to your body, because it will let you know if something is wrong. And so I'm glad that I did, and I didn't just let that slide. So if you follow me on social media, I am very active with Leukemia Lymphoma Society. I do there's 2 walks, a walk and a stair climb. The stair climb, people back out. Stair climb coming up in 2 months. I'll be plugging in just a minute. But we do a walk in my honor. It's in Trinity Groves. It's called Light the Night. We do it every October, November. And that's really fun. And your team is what, Nikita? What is your team called for Sushi?
I am Team Nikita.
Okay. And I am Robbin's Divas. So everyone is a diva, male or female, child or adult. You are a diva too. So I'm going to be, I didn't get a chance to put the website in, but I'll put it in at some point. We are doing the Big D climb. I do it every year. I didn't get to do it the past couple of years with COVID, where we do a 70 flight stair climb for Leukemia Lymphoma Society. You can either donate to the team, Robbin's Divas, hence Robbin Divas. I have a goal I like to hit every year. Or you can, still donate and do the stair climb. Now, let's give you guys an incentive on the stair climb. They at least give you In-N-Out burger at the end. Now, even if you don't really like In-N-Out that much, You hungry by the time you done. And when you get to the 70th floor, they have a cheering section for you, but they got apples and bananas and oranges. Don't nobody want that. We'll take it. We'll take it for later for snack. Get me down on an elevator to the first floor so we can get the In-N-Out burger. So just saying. I don't have no sense, Nikita. But that's a real
Never
statement.
have, but hey,
So yeah, that's my story. First time telling it in a public setting. I've life group and friends and family, they know the story. This is my first time kind of really shedding light on it on the podcast. So thank you guys for listening to two good old survivors that are going to continue to survive. And I just wanted to bring Nikita on and just shine a light on her and her nonprofit. And I hope you guys will support her and her nonprofit. And I want you to continue to keep going, girl. I'm just so proud of you and your business, and
thank
great
you.
things to come. We pray that you get bigger sponsors to come your way and to help out, even more. And I like that you stuck to your guns and your morals on not letting these people that say you can't talk about God, discourage you, and you kept going. So I love that. And that should teach somebody right now that's listening that if you want a business, you stick to your standards. You don't dummy down yourself because somebody wants you to change who you are and your morals. You continue to do you and be you, and you stand up for yourself and what you believe in. And so I give you kudos for that. Because some folks be like, well, I can change it up. It'll be inside. No, you be who you are. So
Thank you.
I admire you for that. We got 10 minutes left. If you've watched the show before, I am a big fan of affirmations and speaking positively into yourself and over your life. You can't be walking around speaking negatively about yourself and about your life. And I just posted something. If you follow the Mamaprenuer tribe, I just posted something Steve Harvey talked about with the law of attraction. If you say you fat and you ain't gonna lose weight, guess what? You fat and you ain't gonna lose weight. You gotta change. You gotta turn that thing around and speak it more positively. Okay. Or if you say, "Man, my business is not going to grow," well, sis, guess what? Your business is not going to grow. You have to continue to what? Speak positively into your life, into your business, into your family, into yourself, into your health, since we talk about health tonight, into your health. So if you're into affirmations, get your pen and paper ready. I got some good ones for y'all today, okay? All right. I am a survivor. I am brave. And I am powerful beyond measure. I am a survivor. I am brave. And I am powerful beyond measure. Before I go into my next one, if affirmations is something new for you and you don't quite know how to articulate that, it can be short and sweet. Same thing I just told somebody yesterday about prayer. That thing can be short and sweet. Guess what? God heard you. He heard you. Even if you say, Lord, help me. Guess what? He heard you. Next one. I can handle anything and I can overcome any obstacle that comes my way. I can handle anything and I can overcome any obstacles that come my way. All right. I am unapologetic about who I am and the woman I am becoming. Or man, if you're a man writing your affirmations down, man. I am unapologetic about who I am and the woman that I am becoming. I am so inspired to do my best each and every day. Sometimes we are our worst critics. We just flip that thing and say, I am so inspired to do my best each and every day. All right. I allow myself to evolve and receive what God has for my life. I allow myself to evolve and receive what God has for my life. All right. I am releasing all beliefs, false beliefs that is, and patterns that hold me back. I am releasing all false beliefs and patterns that hold me back. Because sometimes it be all in our mind. Literally. All in our mind, and we making it worse than what it is. Next is I release worry and doubt. I release worry and doubt. And that can go for any area of life. Any area. Not just your business, but your business too. Okay. I release procrastination and will start taking action in all areas of my life. I release procrastination and will start taking action in all areas of my life. Because we can say things all day. I'm going to start that business. I'm going to take that financial peace class. I'm going to lose that 10 pounds. You can say it all day. Why are you saying that? Days didn't went by. Weeks didn't went by. Hell, a year didn't went by. You still saying that same thing. Oh, girl, I'm going to lose that 10 pounds. Just saying. Lastly, I am stepping into a season of healing, restoration, and favor. I am stepping into a season of healing, restoration, and favor. I hope these were encouraging to you all as they are to me. I'll have more fun ones for you in 2 weeks. More fun ones for you in 2 weeks. All right, y'all. Give Nikita some claps in the chat for joining today's show. Nikita was amazing and such an inspiration. Girl, you have no idea. And I know that, like I said, God is about to bless you tenfold for coming on today and saying your testimony. It is a very brave thing that you did today, because not a lot of people sit here and talk about their testimony. Some folks keep it inside, you know. And so, again, I just commend you, girl. You just strong, girl. I wish I could give you a high five. I'm just saying.
I know. I really appreciate it again. Thank you so much for allowing me time on you guys' podcast. You know,
Yeah.
I pray that something that I've said for everyone who's listening, that it has, you know, touched you, uplifted you, inspired you. Any word giving you faith, you know, I give what I have to you. And if I could leave you with anything, live life purposely. You know, every day, no day is promised to us. Even us going through this cancer journey, who says we have to die from cancer? So just live life purposely. Try to be better than you were the day before. None of us are perfect. God knows we're not perfect. but he's still with us, and he will remain with us as long as we keep our faith in him. He'll keep his hand on us, and to God be the glory, with everything I have.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Yes. And to know that cancer is not a death sentence. When I tell you they getting advanced, if you will, with the medications. When I can go and see the death rates are not as high as they were before.
Yes.
And so I know that is all God making a way for doctors to be able to help patients and keep them here. So I'm just very grateful for you, Nikita, and for me to be able to share with you guys about this process. I already gave one plug about the Big D climb, and I will be posting it in the chat. If you don't want to come and get your 10,000 steps in, I'm being funny. Your 10,000 steps in, please join us. You can even come and be a supporter. There are people that actually come and stand outside Bank of America Plaza and be a supporter. You're more than welcome to come be a supporter for me, or you're more than welcome to donate or come and run the steps with me. A couple years ago when I ran, it was me by myself. It's all good. I didn't care. I'm like, yeah, I'll come do this 70 by myself. And it's a feeling you have once you finished it. Now I'm hungry and tired, but there's another feeling too that you feel after the fact. Be like, get me downstairs to the In-N-Out Burger. Anyway, also make sure you guys again are staying plugged into the Power Team platform. We have other shows on first and third Wednesdays. We have our founder and CEO Kesha Kesh and Dr. Real. Next week we're actually having a reunion episode, so I'll actually be on, and we'll have some of our former hosts that'll come on and be on the reunion episode. I'm actually looking forward to that. So that's next Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. on this platform. So you guys tune in to see the craziness. No telling what will come out of any of our mouths. I can only imagine. And then we also have Buying and Selling with Bree. I think Bree is on third and fourth Mondays, or fourth Mondays. I could be wrong. So she's a real estate agent. So if you want to get to know more about the real estate market and such, Bree is your girl. She's on tonight. Thank you, Bree, for supporting me tonight and being on. I appreciate you. And also, if you are a female entrepreneur and you would like for your business to be spotlighted on this show, please send me a DM. Follow my Facebook page at the Mamaprenuer Podcast. Send me a DM, send Power Team a DM, and I'll make sure I will get back to you so we can get you guys on to promote you. But yeah, I will be back in 2 weeks showcasing another female boss, and I look forward to it. And thank you guys for rocking with us for show number 18. And you guys have a blessed Thursday, blessed weekend. Thank you so much.